Perfect. Well, first off, welcome Stonebwoy to Black TV.
Big up yourself, Shirley, right?
Yes,
All
Shirley.
right. Black TV, big respect. It's an honor
For
to be here with
sure.
you right now.
Thank you. King of Reggae and Dancehall in Africa.
Which is right.
Over 45 awards to your name. Best International Act at the 2015 BET Awards, Artist of the Year at the 2015 Ghana Music Awards. It's an honor. You're a legend. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I mean, I just want to add the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards as well, which is one of my favorite because, I love kids. So I need that one on my sleeve right now,
Definitely. What was that award for?
It's called the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards. They happen in LA. It's actually it's huge. You can check it out. Like it's by it's by the Viacom companies. One of those like the MTV base is still like,
Right.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. Well, if you don't mind, we're gonna start at the beginning. Talk about growing up in Ashaiman. Did I say that right?
Yeah, it's cool. Ashaiman, yeah.
Ashaiman.
Yeah.
Talk about growing up there and the impact it has on you.
Growing up in Ashaiman is typically known to be a tough place where growing up from mentioning the fact that you come from Ashaiman actually really scares people. Like they know who you are already. They know you're a hard guy. They know they can't mess with you, because it's a city that embodies a lot of, young youth, hustlers, everybody from any part of Ghana and even West Africa actually lives there because it's like a hub that welcomes everybody and allows everybody to hustle. You know what I mean? So growing up over there, I learned a lot of virtues, of hustling, getting your stuff, stepping into the streets and owning, what you have to own.
For sure. When you were growing up, did you know you were gonna be famous or this African star? Did you want that? Did you know that was that was gonna be in your future?
Honestly speaking, I couldn't have known, but a lot of people took fond of me anyway. Like I was a favorite person growing up for everybody. They would love to be around me. They would love to call me in. They just love me to hang around with them, the elderly, my mates and that. So I can say that growing up at an early age, I knew that I was a people's person, and I could make them happy at any time as a young chap. So that I took in, but I didn't know I was going to become the world's favorite also at a point. But here is the case, by virtue of music that I've always loved to do and being an open person and very genuine and generous, this is where I am today, so.
That's beautiful. So when did you first fall in love with music? Do you remember that moment?
For me, I think I fell in love with music for a very long time when I was a kid because I was in I was raised in a church background. So you find me singing in the church choirs, in the classrooms. Like I've been very vocal and very expressive with my musical innate from childhood. So there was no worries about that. I only didn't know it was gonna get to a point where, this is what I live for and this is what I do.
For sure. So how did you learn how to, well, I know at age 13, you were involved in a near fatal car accident that made you disabled. Can you touch on what happened then? That's terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that is a very significant point in my life that I can never, ever, ever forget. I'll die with it. And everybody that my family and the world also knows about it. And I always speak about it because I know that it would inspire somebody to get up and get on their feet. So after encountering an accident, I was left with a bad knee, that I had to deal with for a very long time before I was able to financially be capable to, go under the last surgery to replace, my whole right knee.
Wow.
Yeah. So during the procedure from 2010 2003 when I had that accident, all up until 2016, which was 13 years solid. I've had to hustle through it with the health conditions until, until I became Stonebwoy, basically. So I just believe that I'm living my name because my name is Livingstone. So as a stone,
Right.
you just have to, for me, it's divine more than anybody could think that I am here for a purpose. And the things that I go through are supposed to also be a part of my life. Once it doesn't take my life, it makes me stronger to inspire my
Totally.
people and live as an example, to glorify the name of the maker, you know?
Right. How did you first come up with the idea for Stonebwoy? How did that?
Um, when we were, once upon a time I've always been called Stone anyway because my English name is Livingstone,
Oh, okay.
which I've had to ask my father to give me at a point. I asked him that I needed a first name, and then he said, "All right." He had his brothers, one of his twin brothers was called Livingstone, who had passed away, and I'm a twin as well. So he suggested, I'm like, I like it. I didn't even know what it meant, what it didn't mean, but I just liked it. So I took it upon myself. And right from there, everybody started calling me Stone, 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 Stone. And when I got to, primary school, I was still known as Stone because that was my name until I got an opportunity to get on radio somewhere in junior high school. And then the presenter, before he gave me the opportunity to try to sing on the radio, he said, "What's your name?" Then I said, "My name is Livingstone, it's Stone." Then he said, "All right, what styles do you love to do?" So I told him I love to sing, I love to ragga, I listen to a lot of reggae, and I can rap as well.
Right.
So he just, by the virtue that I said I love to do reggae and dancehall, he said, "All right, we have one Stonebwoy in the building, Rude Boy, Stonebwoy," and that was it from that day.
That's beautiful. So I guess I know you were. Well, how did you learn how to record yourself?
um, I think it became necessary for me to learn how to, because more times you get inspired and you're on your own and you want to drop some bars or record something. So we have the computers, and you could also study how to put your vocals down at least. So that was the reason why I actually learned how to record myself, basically.
Definitely. And I know that, well, yeah, I know you studied Methodist Day secondary school the same year with rapper Sarkati when he got his high school certificate.
We're in the same school. We're in the same high school.
Did you guys connect on any music stuff or no?
While I was in high school, yes, we knew each other, so we were cool once and once, you know. So that was where the the relationship started from. We weren't like good friends. You know what I mean? Like best friends. Good. Nah, that's none of that anyway. Because he was in a different course and I was in a different course.
Right.
So we knew each other from them times there, and we spoke as and when, but we weren't like best friends. And now I knew him, he knew me, and that was it. We spoke anyway. But yeah.
Right. And then you actually got your you went to University of Professional Studies to earn a degree in marketing in 2013.
Yeah.
What did you learn from school that helped your music career?
Yeah, marketing, of course. Like and I'm still back in school anyway, learning public administration as well. So, I always love to educate myself, which is one of the things that I love to do. So on the side, as difficult as it will be always, I still try to, get some formal education as well, because, life to me is all about learning formally and informally. So coming from the streets, I believe that I've assimilated a lot of street sense, which has helped me the most. But there are so many things that we need to know and cannot find on the streets. We have to go into the classrooms because those are the places where they leave it. Then we can be able to compare, as a global citizen, as I consider myself, we can be able to compare what is going on around the world.
Definitely. What would you say you learned from the streets that
As an Ashaiman boy, I learned, tenacity, you have to be tough. And growing up, with a health issue of, an accident, walked with a stiff knee for 13 years, and still
Wow.
made it through life. I don't think anything can be an excuse to me. You know what I mean? Like, I go, I work hard, I pray to God. I definitely respect people, and I'm very super humble that you might probably take me for granted, but you know what I mean? It's either you're on your way up or you're on your way down, but I love to stay humble. These are the things I learned on the streets, loyalty, compassion, understanding and knowing how life runs, because life truly runs on the street. That's where everything happens. So
Right.
you would learn a lot. So I learned so many things on the street, I'm still on the street regardless, because my music is on the street,
Right.
Yeah, man. And I'm still in the streets. No two ways about it.
Definitely. Did you have to leave the streets in order to do the music?
Nah, I stayed on the streets in order to do music, basically.
Oh, okay.